How do we push back? Well, we get good people involved. And one of those people, of course, is Elon Musk. And now there's something interesting going on with this Twitter thing right now, because one of the things that's happening is that, Twitter, because once you say, hey, I'm going to buy your company, and then the company has to open up the books so that, the guy buying it knows that he's actually buying what has been promised. What's happening now is as they've started to open up the books, some weird stuff is going on. It's like, oh, how many bots are there? How many of these accounts are fake? We thought maybe it was 5%. It's looking like it could be 20%, if not more. He's finding out all sorts of stuff. So now the deal's looking a little bit shaky, but we have a little info here from the Daily Wire, which is Ben Shapiro's website. And Ben Shapiro is can we get that image up one more time before we throw to this text here? Ben Shapiro is a very, very scary guy. All right, here's Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire on what's going on with Elon and the Twitter machine. In late April, Twitter and Musk agreed to a deal worth $44 billion, but Musk had previously requested info on fake accounts before his purchase of Twitter could officially go through. He has claimed that spam accounts could have a massive impact on what Twitter is actually worth. On Monday, the SpaceX founder took his demands a step further by sending Twitter a detailed letter through his attorney. As Twitter's prospective owner, Mr. Musk is clearly entitled to the requested data to enable him to prepare for transitioning Twitter's business to his ownership and to facilitate his transaction financing, Musk's attorney Mike Ringler wrote in a letter filed with the SEC. At this point, Mr. Musk believes Twitter is transparently refusing to comply with its obligations under the merger agreement, which is causing further suspicion that the company is withholding the requested data due to concern for what Mr. Musk's own analysis of the data will uncover. Based on Twitter's behavior to date and the company's latest correspondence in particular, Mr. Musk believes the company is actively resisting and thwarting his information rights and the company's corresponding obligations under the merger agreement, Ringler remarked. This is a clear material breach of Twitter's obligations under the merger agreement, and Mr. Musk reserves all rights resulting therefrom, including his right not to consummate the transaction and his right to terminate the merger agreement. So this is really fascinating stuff. And when I talk about Twitter, I get it. A lot of you are not on Twitter because you're wise people. When I went to the Locals breakfast in Orlando, a lot of you say that now Locals is your only social media, which is fantastic. But the truth is, whether you're on it or not, it does exist. It has a certain amount of influence and all of those things. So Musk says he's going to buy it, and now he's uncovering that it's been a huge amount of bullshit. Right? So it's not just that they censor certain people, and we know they're always censoring people on the right. Nobody on the left is being censored on Twitter, okay? And the Hunter Biden laptop, and kicking Donald Trump off, and shadow banning, and all of those things. But now that the accounts themselves are fake, and in what ways could Twitter, or whoever's really controlling Twitter, in what ways could they have really changed our political dialogue if they could have sent all sorts of bots to hate certain people and not hate other people, or promote certain people and not promote other things, or that the New York Times has, something like 50 million followers, but rarely gets 10 retweets, right? I mean, all of the bullshit is being exposed. And maybe what Elon Musk really was planning to do here, and man, would that be a tip of the cap to Elon Musk. Maybe he was really never planning to buy the thing. And his plan was, hey, I'm going to offer this crazy amount of money so that they'll have to say yes. But I know that the whole thing's bullshit, right? Because he's got insiders. He knows what's going on. And I'm going to expose that it was all nonsense. And then I will let it collapse under the weight of its own crap. And then the shareholders will probably all sue the board and sue all of the executives into oblivion because they were running a giant shell game. So this is sort of like an Enron or a Ponzi scheme type situation. So all the guy wanted, in essence, was this thing to be more pro-free speech, or at least to expose the nonsense. And the entire machine is freaking out. On top of the fact that then for weeks we've seen articles about how he's really racist and he grew up in South Africa, so he's obviously racist and everything else. So what do? You fight back. That's Elon's way of fighting back.